Good afternoon, guys and gals, brothers and sisters. This is North Shore Preparedness coming to you from the beautiful shores of Lake Ontario. Today is Saturday, May the 15th, 2021, and we have a beautiful day on our hands. Such a pretty day. 20 degrees Celsius, right in about 70 degrees for my American brothers and sisters. So I thought I'd come out into the yard, into the garden here. We're not quite ready to plant here yet. We'll get some stuff planted, but I just came out here to do some planning. Look around, plan this, plan that. And what did I find in the corner? Well, I'm not sure if you guys and gals remember my garden from last year. I had a little baby bunny rabbit in here. His name was Pilfer, as my brother chose the name for him. Young Pilfer he was. I don't know if this is young Pilfer or not. It may well be, because if it is Pilfer, well, he'd be about that size right now. That's a fully grown bunny rabbit right there. And he seems real comfortable. I'm about 10 feet away from him, and he's not bugging me, I'm not bugging him. To be honest with you guys, I didn't even spot him out here until I'd been out here for about 10 minutes. He was just sat in the corner, quietly by himself, not moving around, not doing a whole bunch of nothing. But I think he's back here waiting for me to put my garden in. That'd be my guess, because if any of you recall, young Pilfer last year got all of my yellow beans. Now I've got a bit of a strategy planned. Hopefully that doesn't happen again this year, but we will just see. So we'll see what I put in the ground here this year, and we'll see what this young gentleman or lady leaves me. Now, when you plant stuff, you got to plant, if you want one thing, you got to plant three things. You plant one for yourself, one for attrition, and one for nature. And hopefully at the end of it all, you're left with a third of, if a third of what you plant comes to harvest, then you can count that as a blessing. But I was a little bit surprised when I saw a young Pilfer out here. So I went back inside and grabbed the camera, and I thought, well, might as well take a little picture and show you guys the wildlife I get in my backyard here in the city. So there he is, young Pilfer, making an appearance while I'm just doing a little bit of planning here for my garden. So yeah, it was a beautiful day. I thought I'd get out of the house. Just gonna back that off there. I'm gonna go for a little wander here. Get out of the house today. I thought, such a beautiful day. Let me out. Let me get away from the house a little bit. So I got away from the house. I went out, went to the drive-thru, got myself a cup of coffee, and I just took a little bit of a tour around town. For about an hour, just driving around, seeing what's what. Seeing all the people out on their bicycles and going for walks and this and that. People were working in their yards, and I went down some of the main streets, and then I went down some of the back streets. Now, when I was going down some of those back streets, the back streets, they have more trees than the main streets tend to, right? So I guess maybe we got some rain or whatever last night, but underneath all of them trees, the roads were completely yellow with pollen that had been washed down off those trees. It was crazy to see all the yellow on the road. But it made me think, I thought to count my blessings. I thought, thank God that I don't have an allergy to pollen, right? Now, I am blessed that way, okay? Makes me think to count my blessings. Now, when I did see all that pollen on the road, that made me start to think about someone. That made me start to think about our good friend, Mr. Tom. Mr. Tom does have a bit of a problem from the pollen. When the pollen's in the air heavy, it gives old Mr. Tom some trouble. So, it made me think about him, and, of course I said a prayer for him. And it made me think how thankful I am that, that's not a condition that I do have. And it made me think about a whole bunch of other things too, you know, that we should take a moment frequently and count our blessings, you know. A lot of us have, either you have this in your life, or maybe you don't have this or that in your life, or, you know, maybe you do have a certain medical issue or problem of some kind. Well, that's life, you know. We've all got our problems, but I think it's important with whatever problems you have. If you got a health problem, I think we should be thankful for the health that we do have, and we should enjoy that. You know what I mean? So, seeing that pall on the ground today made me reflect a little bit and think to count my blessings. That made me think of Mr. Tom too. I like Mr. Tom. I think y'all do as well. Super nice guy, and we enjoy his walkabouts and talkabouts, and you know, his cooking videos, this and that. The reason I got the camera pointed on here, guys and gals, look at how much better this bed looks. Most of the rocks got all stood back up, and for the most part it got weeded out and the soil got churned up. Look at how nice these hostas are coming along. They're about a foot high here. This one is anyways. These ones here, oh, maybe about 8 or 10 inches high. Again, this one over here, it's about a foot. I still gotta stick the hoe in the soil and get a few of these little weeds out, but that's nothing. This one here is also about a foot tall. But look at how good that bed looks. Now, I didn't do all that work. I was sat on the porch here, on the steps the other day, and I had a nice visit. I had a nice visit with some preppers who are sort of new to my channel, and they're local to the area. So we got to talking a little bit over text, and said, well, why don't we get together for a coffee and you know, and just have a nice little meet and greet and a nice little chat. So I sat right there. They sat over here in the lawn chairs I brought out for them. And we had a very, very nice little meet and greet, nice sit down and chat. So that's Ivan and his wife Joanne. Now you'll probably see the name Ivan leaving some comments either in my live streams or on some of my videos or in other preppers live streams. Very, very nice people, so welcome them to the community. Now they've been prepping for a long time, but they're new to the community as far as I know them. They're new to my community, I guess. So it's nice to have some like-minded folks around that you can get along with, right? But while we were having this little sit down and get together here, the young lady who lives upstairs, she came down and she did all this work. You know, I showed her where the garden tools were and gave her a yard bag and stuff, because she asked if she could dress up this bed, and I said, well, sure, if you feel like it, why not, right? And she actually she went out and she got herself some of her own garden supplies here. So I might have to set her up there in the backyard and offer her one of those beds, one of those growing beds in which to grow. Now it looks like she's got some tomatoes here and some seeds and things. I'm just gonna have a little sit down and see what she's got. She's got one tomato in a pot here, and it looks like it's a beefsteak tomato. Goodness gracious, it's dry. I'm gonna have to water that for her. But look at the price on that. Can you see that price on that tomato plant? Oh, she went to Van Bell's. Okay, that's an expensive. That's one of the expensive greenhouses. I'll have to show her the other one. But yeah, that's very expensive for a tomato plant. But the young lady, awfully nice young lady, intelligent, is expressing an interest in doing some gardening. So I think I'd be a little bit remiss if I didn't help her out and, you know, give her space to do it. Like, it's my backyard that comes with my rent. But, you know, if a young person wants to go ahead and grow themselves some food too, why not? And I can even encourage her to use some of these hanging baskets for, lettuce, or, you know, if she wants to grow some spinach or something like that. And maybe teach her some of the things that I know. You know what I mean? I think that would be pretty cool. I do. So anyways, that's just a little bit of what I got for you guys today. I just, you know, such a beautiful day. I wanted to, I got out of the house and, you know, sort of stretched my legs a little bit and got around, and I got looking at the pollen and thinking about people and about counting my blessings and having those new, those preppers that are new to my community, Ivan and Joanne, stop by. There's yet another blessing, right? So I think that's the theme of the day here, guys. Just take a minute to be thankful for what you have, and if there's some stuff that you don't have in your life, you know, be thankful for the stuff that you do. Okay. With that, I'm going to leave you guys and gals. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day, enjoying this beautiful, beautiful weather. So with that, this is going to be North Shore Preparedness. Wishing y'all a great weekend. Out for now.